What is up, DFS Army? Happy Columbus Day, happy Indigenous Peoples Day, whatever they're calling it right now. Happy day off, I think, for most people. I think that's the takeaway. So welcome to In the Crease, our second show of the 25-26 season. Sam, Darth Pasta here. With me, as always, is Tattoo and Sean Hoy, the great ones themselves. Welcome in, guys. Did you enjoy your day off?
I have no days off.
Oh, Sean, no
the
day
working
off.
class don't get Columbus Day off, I don't believe. It's not a real holiday.
Oh, yeah, Dixon, that's right.
What in the world changed your effing picture to?
It's great and scary at the same time. I love it.
You son of a bitch.
Yep. JM Real, let's go. Welcome in, bud. And then Ivan, time for the cool kids. I don't know. The two of them are pretty all right. I wouldn't call myself cool, but so yeah. So fifth slate. The NHL, as they always do, is just weird as all get out with their scheduling. 3 games, 4 games, 12 games, no games, and then a split slate. So, but just like in all of our other sports, we have been dominating to start the season. Got a couple of tournament takedowns already just in the first 4 days. We got one here, Styles Man, little $3,000 or $2,000 takedown on, I believe, the 4th slate. Then we go over on DK. We got one here too. Let's see if I can make that. Can we see that? Oh, there we go. Right up the top. Kind of cut off there, but you see the little avatar right there. So just with everything, we are dominating, even in a volatile sport such as NHL. So come on in, give us a try, right? We got the double Monday Night Football game on tonight, but we've also got 5 games on tap this evening. The afternoon slate was fun. Some pretty standard games, some kind of exciting games, a lot of exciting offenses. Colorado played, Tampa Bay played, Toronto played. Tonight's 5-gamer is a little bit different. And Sean, I know we the 3 of us were talking off air, but what makes tonight just kind of weird and wonky and a little bit more just kind of crazy than usual?
I would say the second string goalies in general. I mean, I think teams want to play their backups more because, like, the hard data shows that, like, playoff teams advance further the less labor they put on their main goalie throughout the year. But you also have to make the playoffs, so they're kind of there's a lot of non-studly goalies tonight.
So how do we figure out who to go with? Do we just play the couple of normal starters, or can we take some shots on some of these backups?
I would take some shots just everywhere. You got some young guys. A lot of these guys are pretty young, trying to prove themselves, like Jesper Wallstedt and Jet Greaves and Daniil Tarasov. And then you got some guys just trying to keep jobs, like the dude in Utah,
Vitek Vanacek.
Yeah, he's bounced around a little bit. So
okay. So Dixon's got a good question. So Tattoo, what gets you the most points in NHL DFS besides scoring a goal and an assist? How else can you accumulate fantasy points? Help a brother out.
It'll differ, on sites, but for DK, your block shots, you get your bonuses, obviously goals and assists, but it's basically goal, assist, blocks.
Well, I think if you get if someone gets the shot bonus, it's technically more than a goal.
Yeah. I mean, then you can get the 3-point bonus, and I mean, like we saw Lindgren last night have like the almost like perfect game, He had 35 saves and a shutout win. I mean,
And to Tattoo's point, the different sites reward you differently. The bonuses that he was referring to on DraftKings, you can get an extra 3 points if a player takes 5 or more shots. And you can also get
shots on goal.
Yep. And then again, the extra 3 points if you get 3 or more blocked shots. And also just if the player scores 3 or more points, either any combination of the goal and assist, they also get a little extra 3-point bonus to that as well.
Dixon shot on goal. Yeah, I just forgot that.
Yep. And FanDuel is going to reward the goals and the wins over there a little bit more specifically. It's sort of like NFL with FanDuel. It's more touchdown dependent over there. The goals and the wins are worth more.
I think it's like that with baseball too. A pitcher, the win is much more.
Yep.
And you can think of it kind of like football, where on DraftKings you can get the 100-yard bonuses, and it's like actually meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a save, Dixon.
Yep.
No crossbar, no wide.
Yeah, but it actually has to touch the goalie in some way. And speaking of the goalies, you get there's also another bonus if the goalie makes 35 or more saves. So on DraftKings, it's a little more crucial to kind of find some of those, I guess, diamonds in the rough defensemen that block a ton of shots and play a ton of minutes to try to get those little extra points to sort of up their ability to make value. Whereas on FanDuel, just I think with all of the other sports, it's easier to just kind of build a more basic, streamlined, I guess maybe more sexy lineup over there, and not have to worry so much about that.
Hit the button. Hit Greta. Hit Greta.
We're gonna hit Greta.
Yeah.
Let's see where is Greta.
How dare you?
Well, he kind of has a point about time on ice. I'm always scouring time on ice.
I'm assuming Orange may have thought the Flyers. How dare you?
But Dixon, yeah, to your point, like you got to be on the ice in order to score the points. So you're looking for the defenseman that, will play 22, 24 minutes a night, will play all 3 situations, especially penalty kill for some of those cheapies that are just going to block a ton of shots, especially against an offense that is elite and takes a lot of shots. So part of it does play into that as well. Absolutely. You don't get points for putting. Yes, you do. We answered that. Let's see. Sorry, I'm scrolling down. I'm a little bit behind. Sorry about that. All right. So Flyers fan. All right. So I'm a little bit behind on all this. All right. So
let us out.
There you go. All right. So let's kind of just real quick, kind of go by game by game. I do want to take a look at the DS. We've been talking a little bit kind of in Discord over this first week about cash and how to play cash. DraftKings, I believe, is 3-1 on the season following the method, and I'll show that in a little bit. But there's a specific thing that's kind of happening tonight that I kind of want to talk through about that as well. So, Sean, your favorite sort of top end and then sort of your favorite kind of middle overlooked team or stack. Start with you.
Yeah. So I think the Wild and the Mammoth are going to be sort of chalky tonight, but my high end is going to be the Devils, the top line with Jack Hughes. They're out for blood, especially against Columbus. They know they're going to be in the mix all year. Then my sneakier play is Philly at home in their home opener.
Okay.
Against Florida, and hockey's weird, man. It's volatile.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
Shit's gonna happen. It's like baseball, kind of like everyone sees the big scary Florida champions. I mean, it's a hockey game. Take a penalty, take 2 penalties. You get Zegras and Michkov and Konechny on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens. Like, it's not Bob.
No, it's not Bob. It's
I think
Tarasov.
and Bob
You know Tarasov very well.
has not done well in Philadelphia.
Yeah, so those are kind of my two. That's my I do. If I had to pick between the Chalky Wild and the Chalky Mammoth, I'll go with the Mammoth. But that's just because the Kings kind of play boring.
They can,
and
yeah.
The Canucks Blues doesn't really excite me all that much.
That game does nothing for me, and so it'll probably end up being 6-5.
Yep.
But I mean,
and especially because it's early in the season.
last night, and I said, I don't even think I have interest in the goalies because I don't think Vancouver put up enough shots to warrant, so I don't have any interest in that game, which, like I said, will mean it breaks the slate. So.
It will, yeah. Well, and it's early on in the season too, so, I think the defenses and the goalies kind of haven't gotten their legs underneath them. We've seen it kind of a few sort of blow up games a little bit. We saw one the other night with Minnesota and Columbus.
Well, I take that back. No, Demko's not playing, is he?
Demko's not playing. Lankinen's in.
Yeah, if Demko is playing, I mean, he was skating on his head against Edmonton.
Lankinen's still pretty solid, though.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think to your point, Sean, Utah is a little bit cheaper too, kind of those sort of two chalk teams. I do like Minnesota just because their offense is just rolling right now. The Devils and Blue Jackets. I like your Blue Jackets tonight. They're at home again. The Devils again don't really. They're either going to let up no goals or they're going to let up 6 goals. And I think it's going to tend more toward the latter. I think Columbus got some nice momentum from just that back and forth the other night. Minnesota.
I'm wondering if they blow their load a little early though, and their home opener. But I mean,
yeah,
you never know. It might be one of those games where New Jersey is up 2-0 in the first, and then the Jackets come back and it's like a 5-4 thing.
Kings play boring, winning hockey, and they've kind of got Anze Kopitar's last season as sort of a little impetus for an extra little level, I think. And again, Minnesota's defense, didn't look all that great the other night too. No interest in Florida from anybody. They keep doing it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling somebody, I said, I
do
don't think they're as good right now as they're playing. Just because of the injuries, I think it's got to, come back to earth a little bit.
The horseshoe's going to break at some point, right? I mean, they look like they have looked the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary if they're sustaining it without Tkachuk and without Barkov, and then the other ones who are kind of out temporarily too. I mean, them putting Marchand up on with the top line with Bennett and Verhaeghe, that line has been productive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's going to be an early goal in that game somewhere. I don't know who's going to score it on either side, but I feel like, and check social medias because it'll be a banger. I think there's going to be a big fight early in the game. A tone setter. It's going to be like Delorier versus Gadjevich. Yeah, in the first 10 minutes of the game.
First 10.
I can see it.
Okay, Max, Flyers line 1. Is that where we're going if we're focusing on Philly?
I actually enjoy the second line because it's cheaper, and Owen Tippett has like the propensity to either do nothing or put up 30. He's kind of that guy, and so is Zegras in a way. Zegras is it's been a while. He needs to get his career moving again. And the only reason I say that, that second line is because, Konechny and Michkov come with a price tag a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of changes your build.
I mean, that's a solid little mini 2-stack there.
Yeah. I mean, you can still do that and feel pretty decent in tournaments.
Yeah, because they're up on the top power play together too.
Yeah.
Which I like that correlation.
How about Frank Nazar, Teravainen, Bertuzzi?
I like that too, and I wrote up the first two of them. I didn't include Bertuzzi, but the two of them together look like they've got something.
I mean, they're
going
4,500, 4,300, and 4,200 for three for the second line, and they're also all first power play.
If Tat likes him, that means everyone's gonna like him, though.
Yep.
No, five games, like ownership will be spread enough that it's fine. Like I don't mind it.
Yeah, but you can get them all for $13,000.
Yeah,
all three of those.
Which makes it easy. Wait, I mean, it's not a whole lot of pay up studs tonight.
Not at all. Like if we're looking at if we sort by salary.
I mean, the most expensive player is Zach Krasinski.
Kaprizov.
You should just throw in Sam Renzel to that, Tat, and then watch Bobby Wow's pants fall right off.
Yep, I've got a line with Nazar and Teravainen and Renzel. It's a 4-3 stack for Minnesota and Chicago.
Taking all four of them.
That kind of makes me like the Bedard one-off. Like Bedard might be like the best one-off on the slate at 61. Like that's too cheap for that guy.
Yeah,
and he's playing well now.
Eriksson Ek is right there at 5,800 too.
Yeah.
They didn't switch up that line, did they?
They just need to put Marco Rossi on the power play instead of Tarasenko. Because that always teases me to go Eriksson Ek, Tarasenko over Boley and Kaprizov.
Yeah.
That's how we got you to show up, Raz. We started mentioning taking pants off. We know. Here comes Raz.
Yep. Ooh, there you go. Zegras, Mitch Tippett. I might go. I think that's valid.
Yeah.
All right. We talked about
myself into Chicago 4-man stack.
All right. None of us have any interest really in the Blues and the Canucks.
I don't have too much interest, but like, I mean, Snuggerud is going to score some goals at some point this year, and he's still cheap. But
what is his price right now? Snug, 42. Okay.
Yeah. But I just can't get there with the Robert Thomas price tag when he was like in the 5s last year, because he doesn't shoot. All he does is get assists.
Yeah.
How much is Cairo? 6,100. Yeah, St. Louis is a little overpriced for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good on that game.
Yep. Any interest in the Kings side? They always seem to win you a slate a couple times a year.
Yeah. I just don't like Kopitar's price, even though it's like affordable. It's just like you got Blue Jackets right there. You got Zegras. You got a little bit more. You can get up to the Florida guys. Like it's just, I like Kempe, but he's up there. I'd just rather pay 1,000 more for Kaprizov. Yeah.
So, Kuzmenko is a little interesting to me, just as a one-off. I wrote him up on FanDuel. He's got double-digit points in 2 of the first 3 games.
Yeah. You can also do little Byfield Fiala, but it's
Fiala.
still not cheap. Like,
yeah, I was like, their Fiala is what, 6,600.
66. Why does this keep doing this?
And Byfield's more expensive than Kopitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an 11,000, 12,000 stack. Just the two of them.
Yeah, it's like the only price like relief we're getting is on some of my cheap Ds. Like the pricing is, pretty strict.
Yeah. So speaking of that, you are the D whisperer.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, every ride Sean's cheap D.
That's right. So if you had to kind of choose one of the two, which one of these two, and why is it Zach Werenski? Share a middle one, kind of this mid-price range, and then if you're kind of dumpster diving, sort of the min, who's one or two that you'd kind of go with?
So Werenski is goated. We don't really have to explain that one, I don't think. He's just everything that needs to happen. If the Jackets are going to score goals, he's going to be in the middle of everything. Mid-price, maybe Sergachev if you're doing those stacks. Like I said, I wrote him up. He doesn't have a hockey point yet, and he's over like 14 points, fantasy points per game.
He just shoots and blocks.
Yeah, he just does. Like, he's just active and plays a shit ton. But
And
then
he's
you got
tall.
three young guys, Buium, Luke Hughes, and Drysdale that just like fit your stacks perfectly, and you can insert Renzel there too. Like, it's just so easy to fit those like barely 4K guys.
Right. I mean, look at this right here.
And then there's a bunch of dumpster guys that you can put in, like Brendan Dillon for min price. But
I mean, look at that.
Like all those dudes you can fit. Like Luke Hughes is my core.
Right. But he's not even that pricey either.
Because they gave him that big extension, and I'm assuming that they're listening to trade talks, like to offers on Dougie Hamilton at this point. Yeah. I don't know what his his movement clause is like, but
now they made a swap today, by the way. Hamilton's up on power play 1 and Hughes is now down on power play 2.
Oh, he is?
They made that swap today. So I don't know if that changes the thought.
It changes
process
a little bit.
I think my dumpster dive is Nate Schmidt.
Nate Schmidt. There we go. Little 2,700 action.
And he's on the Utah line that I'm on. And I mentioned like before too, Ivan Provorov.
Yeah, I wrote him up too. He's playing like 26 minutes.
I'm stoned. Dixon Sider, I think didn't Malo get in a fight Saturday night, like a really good fight? Sean,
I don't know.
You usually know about all the fights.
Who fought?
Jeff Mallett?
Oh, the Kings guy?
Yeah, his brother's a UFC fighter.
Oh, I don't know.
No, but I think Saturday night he had a really big fight.
I kind of like Nico Mikola a little bit too. I think anytime he's sub 3K, he's on the second pairing. That's Reinhardt's line. He kind of just showed up in the playoffs, and so he just kind of sticks with me a little bit. Is just kind of he kills penalties, he grinds a little bit. So I kind of always sort of gravitate toward him as a smidge.
Makes sense.
Zeev
Buium looks like a player.
Yep. Oh yeah.
His price went down, didn't it?
And
I thought it was 4,100 for some reason. No, he's 4,000.
He's 4,000, but still. He's 4,000, and he's probably the third highest projected, second highest projected, which is kind of crazy. Flyers 3 had a good game in Florida. Yeah, that third line is solid. That third line is solid. It's the Bobby Brink line. And they're all together on the second power play unit too. Brink and Cates and Forster. They're all together on the second line too. Let's see. All right. We want to talk about cash a little bit. Does that sound okay?
I love talking about money.
All right. So some of y'all have played MLB Cash. Some of y'all are kind of familiar with doing the slider method, and it works just the same way for NHL. We played it a little bit last year for about 2-3 months, and it hit almost a 70% clip, which is just kind of phenomenal. So let me refresh kind of how to do it, and then there's one thing that I want to point out tonight, kind of with respect to the process. That's if you're not liking it, kind of like I'm not, what's the workaround? So let's see. Lines are not yet. Okay, so we're going to look at the slider, right? DraftKings. With DraftKings, we know that to make anything work, we got to do the global max, 99%. And so what we're looking for, again, with cash is kind of the chalkiest line possible, right? We don't have to be perfect at all. We just have to do what the field is doing. So that way, if their lines go up, our lines go up too, and we're above the cut line. So we are looking at the projected ownership cap slider over here. We're going to take the minimum. Okay. We're not going to do anything with the maximum, and we're going to leave everything as is. You can run 5 lineups, you can run 10 lineups, whatever you want to do. So what we're going to do, we're going to do something when we're going to set and try to force the DS to make lines that have a minimum total ownership of 200%. I know it's not going to work because I've tried this already. So you hit optimize and you get this message. This just says, hey, the ownership and salaries combined don't mathematically work to hit that minimum. So what we do is we just reduce by 5 to 10% at a time until we get to the point where the DS will run lines. And we're getting there close. Now, obviously, the larger the slate, the lower the minimum ownership is going to be, because ownership is so much more spread out. On a 3 or 4 game slate, you can get up to 250%. So we get to here. Oh, we're not there yet. Okay, and I think this is going to do it. There we go. So it ran. So now we scroll down here. We see our ownership here: 160, 160, 162, 160. Okay, but what's the common denominator that we're seeing? We're seeing a ton of Utah players.
I know, right? Mr. Cartier.
Tons of them, right? Look at how highly owned all of these are: 23, 18, 14, 15, 24, which makes sense because Utah is a top stack. They are in probably the best offensive matchup on the slate. So does that mean that we just take that line and run it? I think you could. However, with any kind of cash, you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket, even if the ownership is there, with a couple of exceptions. I think if you're on a 3-game slate, maybe a 4, and the ownership is just super, super condensed, then it makes sense because all the field is going to be doing that. Once you get to around 5, the ownership kind of gets spread out enough to the point where it becomes a little bit negative EV. Because, what if Utah gets shut out or gets a single goal, which is completely within the realm of possibility? Well, even if 40% of the field is on these 5, you're likely not going to be above the cash line. Now, like I said, if you just want to follow the process 100%, I have no issue with it, right? It's a 5-game slate, and clearly this is where the field wants to go. But if you want to mitigate a little bit of risk, you can come up here to to this section right here. player groupings. Okay. So let's scroll back down here. Who are we seeing from Utah in all of these lineups? Gunther, Schmaltz, Peterka, Sergachev, Goalie. That's pretty much it, right? Okay. So kind of the rule of thumb with cash is we don't want more than 3 from any player or from any team in our cash lineup, because you're just kind of going too heavy on one team that could fail. So all of those players we just saw, whoops, there we go. All of those players we just saw, we're going to type in right here. Goalie, Sergachev, Schmaltz, and was it Keller? Was Keller the other one?
Gunther?
Yep. Gunther. So we're really seeing all of them. Okay. Peterka was the other one. There we go. Okay. So stack between, we want to control and not let more than 3 into our lines. So rather than just clicking minimum 1, we're going to apply that rule to all of our lines. Okay. So now we come down here, we hit optimize. Okay. Now we're taking out a little bit of the ownership because we're forcing it out of those 5 players. So we come back up here to our ownership and we just repeat the process. Okay. And now we're getting lines that have, oh, that did, okay. It worked earlier. What?
You're playing Utah, bro.
I know. It worked.
You're just
earlier.
doing it.
Yeah. Okay. It worked earlier when I did this. So, so 4 is fine. Okay. But so that's kind of the process. If you want to mitigate some of that uber heaviness when you're on a mid-sized slate, kind of like tonight, you could consider. That's the process that you'd follow. Okay.
Yeah, and just another like small point. In cash, you are perfectly fine with doing 3D, and a lot of the times, like I might actually recommend it.
Yeah,
because that's where a lot of your ice time and your floor is coming from. And that's because I see some of those lines it's spitting out with 3, and I know some people that are kind of new and joining us might be like, oh, that seems kind of bad, but it's really not.
Yeah. It's like what we were talking about when Dixon had his question earlier, right? We want those cheaper players and those players who are on the ice a ton, who are getting the peripherals, right? Especially on DraftKings, where you have the shot block bonus, where you have the shots on goal bonus, right? A lot of those 3K cheapy defensemen are going to find their way into your cash lineup because they're on the ice a lot and because they play on the penalty kill a lot. Right, so hopefully that process makes a little bit more sense.
Tat, quit making parlays.
The parlay king.
I'm addicted.
Yep. But any one of these would be okay. Now any one of these would be okay. The one thing I would caution as you're making this, I typically don't like to leave more than $500 on the table in a cash line. It's just a little bit kind of wasty. So kind of always check the salary. And typically I usually just go with the top line that it spits out. But that's really all the process is just controlling and forcing the DS to make the chalkiest line that you can. Is there late swap? There is not late swap.
But his question before, no, this is not like the NBA.
Oh, I see.
I was gonna say there is on DraftKings, but I don't really see why you would do that on NHL. It's not like an NFL where like you fall behind and then you want to swap out like a chalky player to try to catch up.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe something changed. Yep. All right. That's fine. But yeah, so once the goalies come out, and both the sites are pretty good about pricing the starter and the backup either the exact same or within $100 difference. So even if you do have to have kind of a last minute swap, you don't really have to kind of fudge around and try to, swap 3 different players to make the salary work.
And I was going to say, as for players, you normally know because if they're not on the ice for warm-ups, so it's not like you're going to get that last second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nope, he's not playing.
Yep. Yes, he is. And that's kind of why we like Chicago a smidge. Because dude just isn't that good.
Yep.
I mean, the floor is going to be decent, I think, right? Because Chicago can shoot a little bit, but the upside's a little bit capped. Did we talk about Spencer Knight, by the way? Did either of you like Spencer Knight kind of as a tournament play?
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, he looked fine.
No, he's good.
He looked fine in the opener against Florida. And I think, if you're wanting to pay down a little bit.
Yeah, in tournaments, it's always viable to go against the grain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when the DS is showing you, hey, Utah is chalk. Well, chalk fails a ton in hockey, just kind of like it does in baseball, just because of the volatile nature of the sport. So some Spencer Knight makes some sense. Okay, cool. That profile pic is just great.
Not as good as the other one. I'm a bit let down.
Yeah. But tonight for cash, I think 5 is too many. I think Mammoth is too many. I'd go 4. I feel comfortable with 4 just because of the spot. But yeah.
And there's always a chance, like even if they get blanked, like they'll shoot.
Yeah. And enough of the field is on them too.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
I kind of want to just generally just shit on the NHL a little bit if I can have a minute.
Always.
Freaking like they can't get out of their own way. Like they crushed the Amazon series. It's so good. And then opening night's fun. There's a lot of cool shit going on, like the first 2 slates. And then they go a shit ton of games on Thursday, competing with Thursday night football. And then Friday rolls along where there's no NBA or anything yet. There's no games on the Friday. And then Saturday there's a shit ton of games and everyone's playing, and like in America it's dominated by college football.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, get out of your own way, man.
Yeah.
We want people to watch.
And like, yeah, they're breaking for the Olympics, and yeah, they have 2 more games this season that I don't know, we've talked about. It's 84 games this year. Like it used to be, 20, 25 years ago. But you can still do better.
Do better, NHL.
Do better. Hashtag do better. All right. Let's see. Anything else we want to talk about for tonight?
I
Favorite goal scorer?
I have a little bit of this and that with my Blue Jackets tonight, but I don't have Marchenko, and he's coming off a Hattie, so
okay,
he's probably going to do it again, and I don't have him. So
okay,
I like JJ Peterka for anytime goal.
Okay, right there. Ooh, look at that! Look at that little fantasy points per dollar too.
Yep,
should be right at the top, I'm guessing.
He's popping in the RS too.
Yep.
And a lot of these salaries, like DraftKings, like they'll be stiff on their prices, but then like they won't go up. So like we're gonna have unless something changes, like Zeev Bouillon at 4K for a while. So might as well just do it.
Just use him. Yeah.
And then I didn't realize like New Jersey's power play was stinking because I think they've played 2 games. And if they haven't scored on the power play and they're switching Hughes and Hamilton, I still like Hughes at his price because Luke Hughes has 4 assists in 2 games.
Oh, the floor is there too, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you have cored Sean, you've cored Cooley, you have cored Bratt, and you have cored Hughes, along with Jesper Wallstedt.
And you can honestly probably just lock in Bouillon too. You could probably just do that in cash. Just
Bouillon and Hughes.
Yep. And just figure it out. I cored Wallstedt because I just think Minnie's got a good chance of winning that game. They don't want to lose their first 2 home games.
No,
And the Kings are boring.
They are boring. They are boring. I like Anze Kopitar a lot, but they're plotting. They just plot around, and they don't do anything.
Tat, when you guys have to play them again in the first round for the 5th straight year, I wouldn't even watch. Like they don't even stand. Like you guys should sweep them. Like I don't like disrespecting them like that, but.
Well, maybe we'll avoid them this year if we can win the division.
I mean, I don't even have them getting in because I got the Ducks getting in, but you just know, like, it just keeps happening.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with that Ducks call too.
For tomorrow night.
I mean, well, the Ducks to make the playoffs.
Oh, right.
We like them tomorrow too.
We like them a lot tomorrow night playing Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's fraudulent. We know this.
Yep.
Like I said, them and Boston start 2-0, and they'll both end up 2 of the worst teams.
Yep. Tanking for McKenna.
Yeah, like
they can snag them.
You already they said this on I don't know. I forget if it was Chicklets or what, but we're overthinking Gavin McKenna. You know where he's going, right? Like I've been fretting about Pittsburgh, and that's like the other conspiracy. But he's just going to go to Buffalo. Chicago. No, he's just going to Buffalo. Buffalo's awful. They're the highest likelihood, and you know who the biggest donor to Penn State is? Is the owner of the Buffalo Sabres.
Really?
He owns the Bills too. It's a conspiracy, but yeah, I mean they should have one of the highest odds too. Buffalo's suffered enough. I'm cool with them getting him. They'll get him, and he'll just be Eichel again, and he'll snap his back in half and leave.
He'll leave. Just like Eichel, just like Reinhardt.
Needs to Jack Eichel his way out of Buffalo.
Everyone wins a cup when they leave there.
Okay. Max Video. Well, we know Tattoo from NFL. I'm Darth Pasta, and then over on the right is Sean for our new member.
We're the hockey nerds. Tat's just a frat boy, but he's the hockey guy at heart. He goes to football because he's just likable. They just deal with him. But then he goes on and just drills Drake May. You drilled Drake May and Tyler Warren, though.
As Geek said, I'm there for the entertainment, not the deep dives.
You're there for the lulz.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to touch on tomorrow night at all? If there's nothing else for tonight.
I was just going to say that my thoughts on Kyle Pitts, I've never seen him skate, so I don't know how he's going to perform.
Kyle Pitts is – oh, wait, no, Atlanta doesn't have a hockey team. They will here soon.
They will.
They can put him in the net front because he's about 6 foot forever.
Yeah.
But seriously, I don't know. He always disappoints me, but who knows?
I mean,
I didn't look into NFL much tonight.
Let me see if I can pull up the schedule for tomorrow night. We can have a couple of first thoughts on that. Let's see. Where is this? All right, share this tab. Ooh, let me see if I can zoom this in. We'll zoom this in a little bit. Maybe.
Sure.
Bigger? Is that good?
I'm just laughing because Tat's just belching. And he's here for the lulls. He said it.
That's right. All right, so that's tomorrow night real quick. We can kind of take a look at that. We like Anaheim a lot at home. Pittsburgh is awful. It's one of the only 2 6.5 game totals. Carolina, San Jose, that could be fun.
Like Carolina should smack that. That's a game where you're stacking Carolina in most of your lineups, and then you go the other way on the rest of them, and you take the goalie for the Sharks, whoever it is, because they're going to shoot 50 times.
Yep,
on net probably.
Carolina's also making the 3 time zone trip west too.
Yeah,
but they got the off day, but still. Minnesota and Dallas, Minnesota on a back-to-back.
That's why you're doing Wallstead first against.
Yep.
You want Gustafsson against the divisional team.
Yep, and that's why Vasilevsky didn't play today for Tampa.
See, this is why, like, I get confused sometimes, like in the moment, like being on to hockey every day is like, well, why is the backup in today? Like, because they're flipping it.
Right. Right.
You're on a back-to-back. And that's also why in my notes a lot of the times I'm like, whoever is in the net tonight is good for this team. Because a lot of the times you don't know until a little bit before. And only a handful of the teams have like a stark difference. You know, like if you're like Shesterkin versus Quick. I know Quick played well yesterday, but like there's a handful of teams where there's a big goalie difference.
Yeah. Shesterkin is your tournament goalie tomorrow night.
Who's he got? Let me see.
Washington.
Edmonton. And it's in New York.
Yeah. I honestly don't want any piece of it, but I mean, that makes sense too.
Yep. Ottinger at home. Solid tournament goalie as well against the Wild, who are going to be tired.
Take Vegas and Calgary to go to overtime.
Okay.
Nashville.
I think Vegas has already gone to overtime 3 of their 4 games.
Is that Nashville, Toronto?
It is. Both played today.
And Stolars went today.
Yeah.
Their backup situation's awful with. I'm assuming Joseph Woll is.
I think he's still hurt.
He's on leave. No one knows what's going on.
That's right.
So I'm assuming he's in Tat's pot garden. He's like in the woods behind the house. He's somewhere back there.
We had a lot of
Tays recommended it.
Wind damage from the nor'easter, so he's out there holding my weed plants up so they don't fall over.
So we kind of like Nashville if Stolars goes again, but we kind of like Nashville even more if Caden Primo is in there.
Yeah, I like Nashville more.
That's a big jump right there.
It feels real bad.
It does. But I mean, Nashville's been gritty.
Yeah,
they haven't looked like the dumpster fire they looked like last year.
It's just Philip Forsberg is so expensive on a slate where there's probably so many expensive options. So you might want to just get weird. Maybe go with like a Stamkos, Marchessault. Yeah. Something.
Yep. I like Montreal tomorrow night at home.
Yeah, I like Montreal in general.
Yeah.
And Lane Hudson, great deal for him today too.
Seattle's 2-0 though. Joey Decord.
Joey Decord, yeah.
He's actually got a pretty fun YouTube channel. It's just his. It showed his like off-season training, like off-ice training and all this stuff. It's like pretty freaking cool, man. That's how nerdy I am.
There it is, Ivan.
Dallas.
Yep. But
you're going to see hard to nail down where the scoring is going to come from.
Yeah. Yep. Just like they were last year. But I mean, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of them as a team. It's just difficult DFS wise.
Florida's the same way.
Yeah,
it can come from anywhere.
Yeah, but you're going to see whichever goalie's in net for Carolina. That's going to be your cash goalie.
Oh Lord.
Dustin Wolf is going to be interesting with finally some rest. I can't believe they started him 3 games in 4 days.
Well, who else do they have?
Exactly, but
yeah,
Devin Cooley freaking got me second place in one of the big tournaments like 2 years ago for a nice score. He had like 50 saves. I'm just like, so Devin Cooley is always like got a soft spot in my heart, but they just are just like, no, you're not playing.
Yeah. But yeah, so Carolina will be the chalk. Anaheim will be in a good spot. Vegas will be in a good spot too, even on the road. Calgary's tough, but yeah, Nashville is interesting.
Yeah, you could just go Nashville, Carolina. I mean, that's kind of where I'm looking.
Yeah, at least first. Pavel Dorofeyev's got 5 goals.
Yeah.
He was great for him last year.
Yeah, he had 35. I got a lot of him in best ball. I wrote him up for best ball. I know no one's playing NHL best ball, which I appreciate. Makes me play losers.
It looks like they mixed up their lines too, Vegas.
Oh, I haven't looked yet.
They've got kind of the Dallas from last year thing going on. Because they've got Hurdle and Dorofeyev with Brandon Saad on line 3 now.
Actually, I'm Nashville, Anaheim. It feels real weird.
It feels gross.
Yeah. I know I'm doing it.
Yep. If
you go Anaheim, you can afford Forsberg too. Probably.
Yep. And Yossi.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Almost lock.
It is almost lock. It's almost lock for us. It's almost lock for the 2-gamer for the NFL too. My Bears probably going to lose, but hopefully that's a good game at least.
Yeah. And then what? Buffalo and
Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, you two. Any final thoughts before we end things and go have some nice sports tonight?
No, I was gonna say, like I said, I like JJ Peterka. I don't know if y'all like had some goal picks or anything to throw out, but
Dawson
other than
Mercer.
that,
I forgot to mention Dawson Mercer at 4K.
Okay,
that's that New Jersey second line is easy to get to.
Yep. And it's got upside too.
Yeah.
I mean, Nico and Timo Meyer.
Nice Jack Hughes, Kirill Kaprizov, and then take either JJ or Clayton Keller.
Okay.
Goal, And I always play them individually too. That way,
just sack up and take Snuggerud.
I'll play some Snuggie.
Is he still on their top power play line?
I think so.
Let's see. Yes, he is.
We all know Dylan Holloway's the stud of that team.
I think that's why Connor McDavid signed for 2 years. You got 3 years to win the cup, Tap. But he
signed for 2 years. So when the salary cap goes up, he can get 7-8 years at $20 million to end his career in Edmonton.
You think if he releases 6 more Dylan Holloways, he's going to stay?
Well, we don't have 6 more Dylan Holloways.
You got a couple.
They will be there.
Savoy and Howard.
Yeah,
they'll be there.
Ivan, little New Jersey 2 1-point parlay. Love that. Good spot tonight. Tattoo, I know you posted one in chat. I think you got like 19 Utah players in that one.
Yeah, I think it's Paterka, Cooley, Dylan Gunther, and Keller.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what you got it at?
I got it at 370, I think.
370.
370. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Over on Onyx, which is one of the ones that I use to do my arbitrage, which is 1,000% doable in Texas.
Quick story before we go, just because of the Onyx. I'm not sure, Sean, but you're probably old enough. But you remember the rap group Onyx?
Mm-hmm.
I was driving back in the day, you got your system going, and I got pulled over by a cop who told me that if he was off duty, he was going to beat the shit out of me for playing music like that.
Oh my!
Only in Virginia.
Like, okay. We don't like that blacks do it.
Yep.
So,
Geek will remember them too, I'm sure. Geek knows all the old
Onyx was pretty awesome.
Rap group. Yeah. Big DS and Fredro Star, and I can't remember the other one's name.
Oh, yeah, well, I can't remember his name.
Rico Suave? No, just Suave. Suave.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm thinking Rico Suave.
Rico
Suave. Alrighty, you Suave.
So are my jackets gonna get it done tonight and make me happy?
I think so. I'm
gonna take a Chicago Columbus parlay on Bet365.
Okay. I liked both of those.
That's not financial advice.
Past performance, etc.
That's good financial advice.
All right, peeps. We got 3 minutes till lock, 3 minutes till NFL as well. So thank you all for joining us. We love doing this for you guys.
And tell everybody how much you love it so we can get more shows.
Yeah.
I'd do it 2 or 3 times a week if we could,
Mm-hmm. Yep. So talk up the powers that be, and we will we'll make it happen. So, gentlemen, without further ado, audience members, without further ado, helmets up. Have a great night, and hopefully we see you at the top. All right. Take care.